Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation is about a female reporter trying to convince her male boss to take a story of a woman who actually jumps off of a roof. Was it suicide or was it murder? After so long, the boss finally says yes to the reporter, and as she's trying to unfold this story of this mysterious woman and possibly mysterious death, she starts going through some very interesting hell in this movie. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Well, just like part 3, I don't really have much of a story to actually tell about this here, so I am just going to jump right into the light. And I have two actors I like to talk about. The first one is Reggie Bannister, who is actually the boss to the female reporter along with everybody else at this newspaper. He's really not in it that much. He might be like maybe 3 or 4 scenes. He does the best that he really can for the little bit of time that he's actually in here. And most people, you know, like him from the Phantasm franchise because he's one of the coolest characters in there. And yet it just feels like that no matter outside of Phantasm, that he always still plays a very cool character, no matter if it's a good guy or a bad guy, truthfully. Or maybe just being an asshole, and that's all it is. And the other actor is Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. He always picks some interesting, weird, and odd horror choices, no matter if he's the main character, maybe he's the main villain, or he's just like a kind of a sidekick, or just in these interesting horror movies here. He does a great job. He actually makes me laugh with some of his dialogue there. And even if it's narrative, if it's maybe just the way that he's just looking at somebody just oddly, it's kind of actually in a comic way for me, even if it's actually supposed to be more serious. And moving on to the dislikes, let's start off with some characters. We'll start off with the main female reporter named Kim. She is not an interesting character. I don't care about her storyline. I don't care about the journey that she goes on. She is definitely not engaging. She has no personality one bit. If you've seen the movie, I'd be surprised if you disagree with me about that. Every time that she tries to get angry at someone, I just didn't feel it and believe it one bit that she's really pissed off at this particular character, or maybe more than one kind of character here. She is very dull. She's very stupid. Yeah, she does not make any smart decisions in this movie. It just seems that she just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And as I mentioned in the intro here about saying that she goes through a lot of hell in this movie, and I just did not care one bit. She was too stupid for me to even try to root for her. I was like, no, I really cannot. And she does not have any chemistry with any other character. One character I like to talk about now would be Hank, which is her love interest. His motivation is that he's nothing but a horn dog. He just wants to screw her when they're alone. He wants to make out with her and rip off her clothes and have sex with her. Whenever she actually ends up meeting, I believe it's 3 women who own a library or a bookstore, and again, no chemistry there. Those women just seem like that they didn't even care to be in this movie. It just felt like there was a lot of people that really didn't want to be in this movie, which I kind of don't blame them, especially if maybe they signed up for something else, which we're going to get to here shortly, and they get this instead. I mean, I really hated the story. I mean, it drags the entire time, especially because the main character is not that interesting. And this whole investigation about this woman jumping off of a roof. And it's like, okay, what the hell am I watching? Where is the killer Santa? That's all I want to know. Where is this psycho killer Santa? And we get something else that I'm like, why would you give us this? And I think this is the only one that I could really think of, because I think even in 5 and 6, or I'm sorry, the remake, we actually do get a killer Santa. So I'm like, this is the story you came up with? I can't believe that any producer, any director would be like, yeah, absolutely, I'll sign up and on this script. This sounds like it's a very interesting thing. It's unique and different, but it's unique and different in a bad way, not in a good way, in my opinion here. It's a really weird movie idea where I'll give you one part of it but not the other to spoil it. But one thing is about bugs, about different size bugs, and then the other thing I'm just like, okay, put those together, and I'm like, this is not an interesting story one bit. I really hate the script and the dialogue from everybody, because it really felt like, even with the 2 people, other than Clint Howard made me laugh a couple times, I even felt like even with Reggie Bannister, I'm like, I cannot believe that these actors had to say these lines. Like, there needed to be so much better when it came to the script, so much better with a story. And yeah, this is definitely a huge not recommend for sure. I would never want anybody to put themselves through this. And then that just brings up the final thing I want to say about this, is that this is definitely a movie I will never, ever, ever watch again. This was definitely not anything great or interesting in one bit with this here. Silent Night, Deadly Night for Initiation, I'm going to go 0 out of 4 stars. Have you seen this movie? Is there any chance that you like anything about this movie here? Or do you agree with me and think that this is just nothing but a piece of shit movie? Give me a comment down below. I definitely would be curious. We'll have a conversation about it in the comments section. So thank you guys so much for watching another video, and I will see you guys in the next one.